Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mid-Atlantic Mauling League Spike Magazine Trophy. We're in week number 1. This is the second competition of our season. We've had 2 games down already last night. We've got 2 more and a little extra for you here this evening. We're going to get started with my favorite team. That's right, versus the Discomancers. Electric Man versus Ian. Black Orcs versus Necro. Let's take a look at the standings before we take a look at these 2 teams. That's right. That's right. My favorite team. 2 games under our belt here in week 1 of the Spike Magazine Trophy. We have 9 weeks of regulation before I cut the top 8. And currently in first place in Division A is World of Cheese, a Elven Union team coached by newcomer to the league, James Like Snacks. They won their game this week. They're in first place. Tied for second place with a draw between each other in Division A, we have MAML Nightmare, a Necro team, and the Tizzork Savage Boys, an Orc team coached by Festoong and Tizzle Bizzle, respectively. Blood Bowl and Flight Simulator chat. That's right. In Division B, no games have been played, but we have 2 games. Yeah, 2 games here tonight. I was making sure this was the right division. We've got my favorite team, coached by Electric Man. It's a Black Orc team. They're up against the Discomancers, coached by Ian. They're a Necro team. Later tonight, starting at 9:20 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's UTC minus 4, so that's about 2 hours, 20 minutes from now. We're going to have Odin at Snuffle facing off against the Remnants of Valor. That's Clypheus and S. Beaver. That's Norse versus Humans. And no games yet played in Division C. That's my division. Look at that. What a lovely... That's, you know what? That's the very best division in the entire league. Very best division in the entire league. All right. Actually, you know what? I think there was a gameplay last night, and I don't have it in the database in this division. You know what? We'll fix that. we'll fix that at some point. All right. The home team tonight is my favorite team, coming in a TV of 1 million gold. They have 12 players on the roster. They have the big guy, my favorite troll, all 6 Black Orcs, and a bunch of linemen. Just the 1 dedicated fan, 2 rerolls. They're going to be up against the Necro of the, not the Remnants of Valley, of the Discomancers, coached by Ian. Their TV is going to be 1,235,000 gold. That's 235,000 gold in petty cash. Going to the Black Orcs this evening, 12 players on this roster as well. However, LaFreak, the number 3 Ghoul Runner, will be out this week due to an injury in the Chaos Cup. They have 2 Flesh Golems, just the 1 Ghoul Runner, both Werewolves, both Wraiths, and a number of Linos. One cheerleader. Hey, 4 dedicated fans and 3 rerolls. How are these 2 teams gonna play tonight? Well, the Black Orcs the Black Orc team is a very, very bashy team. You can see they have lots of strength. They have strength 4 on 6 players, strength 5, of course, on the troll, and then the Goblin linemen, very brittle, very weak, but they are stunty. They do have dodge. They get where they need to be very easily. The thing to watch out for here on these Black Orcs, right, is grab. Grab allows you to block a player and then pick them up and put them right down in some space adjacent to them. But more importantly, I think in this matchup is grab here. There's 6 players with grab. Grab negates sidestep. If we look at the Discomancers, the Wraiths come with sidestep, but there's also sidestep on LaFreak, who's not playing. Great. Cool. All right. Who didn't do their homework today? I don't know who. But otherwise, that can be used to great effect with those Wraiths. Those Wraiths will be playing harassment up near the line of scrimmage. They're going to be taking those hits. They're going to be trying to force these Black Orcs to take a block back at the Wraiths. That could be a problem if not disturbing presence, foul appearance pops. But otherwise, it's a great way to negate that sidestep skill. They do have Brawler as well. Brawler is a poor man's block, basically. Gets to re-roll a both down die on a block, which is pretty good. The Train Troll, of course, has Mighty Blow. Mighty Blow is fantastic. This is a team that once you beat you up, needs to keep these Goblin Bruisers alive. They're not necessarily the only ball carriers. The Black Orcs with an Ag of 4 could theoretically do it. But these would be the guys that can get to where they need to be quickly. They have a decent MA of 6. Of course, they're stunty. They have dodge. It's very easy for them to just swoop in between the legs of the opposing team and get to where they need to be. They're great for getting the assists on a block. They're great for taking up tackle zones, and of course they're great for being the ball carriers as well. Great for fouling as well at 45K. This is a team that I think is a little difficult to coach. Just the one dedicated fan here for Electric's Man means that they're going to be they've got to be working hard to get the money, right? The dedicated fans are how you get money. 4 from the opposing team tonight, 1 here. They'll need to build up these dedicated fans as the competition, maybe even as the season continues. That way they can get more money. More money means you get replacement players, and so on. One thing I wanted to point out here is that these team special abilities have now been implemented in Blood Bowl 3. This is something that all coaches will need to be mindful of. As you can see here, my favorite team does have the bribery and corruption special rule. This means, among other things, that if they try to argue the call on a foul on a nat 1, they could re-roll that once per turn. So that's something to keep in mind with all these matchups going forward. These have been implemented now. They weren't implemented previously. Coaches need to be aware of them. For the Discomancers, they have just the normal skill for being a regen team, and then they have Sylvanian Spotlight, which gives them access to certain star players and whatnot. Now, the 2 werewolves on the Discomancers team are really the key players to watch out for. Very, very fast in MA 8. They have Claw. They treat everybody's AV as if it were an 8+. This is great against those Black Orcs. They have Frenzy. They have Block. Pup Funkadelic also has the dodge skill, as is a blodger, so great on defense, great on offense. Just needs to be a little bit mindful of the positioning of the werewolves. Frenzy players, it can be really, really problematic if you take a very attractive block, but it puts you in a dangerous situation. Your opponent might get the block back. You lose one of these very, very expensive, very, very important pieces from your roster. Hilda the War Machine, the number 4 Ghoul Runner, also an important piece. A rookie Ghoul Runner, but MA 7 is great. These are the 3 ball carriers on the Necro team this evening. If these 3 players are removed, the Discomancers are going to have a real tough time tonight. So these are the targets for the Black Arcs tonight. You can bet that Ian's going to try to keep these players as safe as possible. That way he can move the ball on offense. I think if the Discomancers win the coin toss, I think they're probably going to be on offense, right? They'll be on offense that guarantees that they've got those guys on the pitch. They can get the ball into the end zone, and then they can play the defense the way they want to play against these Black Orcs. Black Orcs are a little bit more of a slower team, with most of the pieces having an MA of 4. The Goblins, again, have the MA of 6. But if you can make sure that we often talk about how maybe you want to start on defense for a weaker team, like an elf team or something. That way you guarantee you have all 11 for your defense. I think the Necro team in this matchup probably wants to have all 11 for their offense. They're up against a Bashy team. They don't want to lose players. They want to make sure they have those 3 ball carriers on the roster. Then, if they can be in the lead on defense, they can reevaluate, see where they are, and then maybe start applying pressure. If they have all 11 still to start the second half when they're on defense, then those werewolves can be real harassment pieces, right? Those wraiths can be real harassment pieces, and you can start applying pressure on the cage. Maybe open up a lane, or force the not open up a lane, force the Black Orcs to reposition onto the pitch in a place that is favorable for the Necro team, like say a wide zone, and then they can start to collapse their defense around that Black Orc team, and maybe try to pop that ball open and maybe score again. So we'll see how this game turns out here. We have 2 games tonight, not exactly a doubleheader. There is a little bit of delay between the games. This game scheduled to start about a minute ago. I don't see the coaches starting their game yet. But the other game's scheduled for 9:20 p.m. this evening. That's 2 hours, 20 minutes from now. There is a game scheduled at 8 o'clock p.m. It is not on the schedule as being streamed. I think what we might do is once this game is over, we'll just pop over to that game. And, oh, I see. That's what Trusty Patches says. Blood Bowl 3 is patching an update on Steam, I guess. But we'll pop on over to the game, the 8 o'clock game. We'll check that out for a few minutes. I cannot be here at 8:30. I have a meeting. So if we do that, we'll commentate that game until about 8:30. And then from 8:30 to 9, I will be silent, but we'll that's right, Flight Simulator talk in between. I'll be silent And then at 9 o'clock, we'll return for the conclusion of that game, and we'll start the second full game tonight. All right. So while we wait for Ian's game to patch here, welcome everybody to the stream. B.1234, welcome El Nubarino, Boot Polish, Warmaster 1969, Black Wolf, Not So Trusty Patches, Electrics Band. Who else do we have here? Welcome all to the stream. I appreciate you hanging out here and watching some Blood Bowl with us tonight. John Moob, welcome to the stream. Just patches into the meeting. I want more Squircle talk. Warmaster says, Ava, let me ask you a question. In the flight simulator, if the check engine light came on, would you tell the passengers on your way to Australia? It's gonna depend on it's gonna depend on the situation. If I can fly it in safely, no, I'm not gonna tell the passengers anything. B.1234 says 9:20 p.m. What's wrong with 9:20 p.m.? I'm a night owl. I don't get to bed until like 2 or 3 usually. Sometimes later. All right, still waiting for this game to patch. We're in Division A here this evening. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at these standings one more time. Oh, Not So Trusty Patches. Thank you very much for the sub. I still can't hear the audio, man. I thought I fixed that. I don't know how I fix it whenever I fix it. I've got to figure that out. But thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity. All right, maybe we won't go over the standings if the game's starting up right now. There we go. All right, we didn't even talk about the inducements. My goodness, where is my mind? 235,000 gold in petty cash going to my favorite team tonight. That could be a Bomber Dribble Stot. That's a great pick that's a great value for 50K. And indeed, Bomber's going to be picked up. One more star player could be picked up. It could be Helmet Wolf. With 135 left. Oh, all right. So it could have been a wizard. Going to go with bribes instead. Remember, this team. I don't think I mentioned this, but this team has cheap bribes. So not only can they reroll a nat 1 on an Argue the Call once per game, they also get 50K bribes, and they also get cheap. They get cheap. What are they called? Bias referees as well. They're 80K instead of 120K. So going in with 2 bribes with 85K left. Is this going to be a foully sort of evening? Going with the bias referee as well. All right, a bias referee, 2 bribes, and Bomber Dribble Snot taking to the pitch. Bomber, of course, a secret weapon, will only be in the pitch for a drive, unless, of course, a bribe is spent or Electrics Man successfully argues the call. My favorite team won the toss. We'll see if they go on offense or defense. I imagine they might go on offense. Yes, indeed, they do. And that means the Discomancers are going to set up on defense here to start this game this evening. Warmaster says, not Warmaster, Boot Polish said, my dad has told me stories of his commercial flights. Among some stories, I learned that when planes circle airports, it's not always because of traffic. All right. 12 players on the roster for the Discomancers this evening. Currently 3 on the line with Maurice Gibb, the number 9 lineman, as the nose tackle. Does have the block skill. 12 players, 11 players. I thought he had 12. Oh, that's right. He has an injury. So 13 players on the bench currently for my favorite team. All right, 3 on the line for the defense. A couple of players in either wide zone. 2 linebackers, let's call that 4 safeties. And now my favorite team to set up their offense. So there's like transponder codes that you can send to that tells ATC if there's a problem in the plane. Kind of like the little alarm buzzer under a cash register or something. Bomber dribbles not taking the pitch here on offense, setting up as the halfback. 7 on the line for my favorite team, 2 in either wide zone. It's all those block works. Strength of 4 with Brawler and of course Grab. You cannot roll pals and skull. Well, you know what? You can do whatever you want. You set up autopilot. You do whatever you want. 24 seconds left to set up. I'm sure in Flight Sim there could be skulls. You know what? I stand corrected. My favorite ball carrier back to receive. Here's the kick. Solid defense. Rolls a 1 on the D3. 4 unmarked players get to reposition on defense. I've been playing too much Assassin's Creed. I see this as a Knights Templar symbol. Discomancers is trying to decide what to do with this solid defense kickoff event. Doesn't reposition anyone. I think that's fine. Turn 1 now for my favorite team. The ball's on the 14-yard line, just inside that right wide zone. 3 blocks to take on the line. A blitz to take as well. You can see those 2 flesh golems on the outside here, the corners. Strength of 4. So this is a good use of Brawler. Oh, he's going to take it anyway, but we'll talk. Of course, it's a lineman. But Brawler lets you re-roll 1 both down results, so you can use that in one of 2 ways. If the whole roll's terrible, then of course you can re-roll a die. Sometimes maybe, you know, if it really needs to happen or something, you want to use a team re-roll instead, so you can re-roll the entire die pool. But another way to use it is, let's say you get a push. You roll a 2-die block. You get a push on 1 die. You get it both down on the other. You don't have the block skill, so you say, okay, you know what? A push is fine. It keeps my drive alive, or it keeps my turn alive. But let me re-roll that both down, and I'm going to fish for that POW. That's another way to use Brawler. I think it's a decent skill to start off with as a rookie. I hesitate. I'm not sure if I would ever buy it. I'm not sure if I'd ever put it on a player. 43 seconds to go here for my favorite team. They're going to take a mark against the flesh column. These flesh columns, again, there's a strength 4 players that are covering the corners here. 2-die block into a push on Stand Alive over in the right wide zone, but the flesh columns have Stand Firm. That means that if they get pushed back, they don't have to move. Bomber dribbles not on the pass. Failed the pass with a 1. Wants to re-roll that. Yeah. Oh, man. Wanted to re-roll that. Had to do it because a 1 means that's a fumbled pass, and Bomber's going to blow himself up. Rolled. Spent the re-roll, but couldn't get through the lower roll. So that's a 1. Bomber dribble snot is going to blow himself up, and see you later, buddy. Bomber off the pitch. Unfortunate die roll with the secret weapon. They are risks, but when they work, boy, they can be a real nuisance to the opposing team. Electric Man says that was not the plan. No, I imagine not. I think that was a good reroll. I mean, even though he's a loner, star players are loners, which means if you spend a team reroll, you have to roll a d6 first, and on a 4+, typically you get to actually re-roll the die. Otherwise, you spend the reroll and you don't get to use it. But yeah, a fumbled pass on something like a Bombardier is never good. 49 seconds to go here in turn 1 for the Discomancers. So my Switch 2 arrived today. I haven't been able to really play with it. I've been working all day. But I've got it set up, I think. But I haven't done anything with it. Werewolf Blitz. 2-die blitz against nobody's favorite. Gets a push here, but will have to follow up on the block due to Frenzy. Gets another push here. Probably not the outcome that Ian was looking for. And now Pup Funkadelic, yeah, marked by 2 of these Blackworks, needed to dodge there. Not only needed to dodge, but so because that was a blitz. Remember, on a blitz is a once per turn action where you can block and blitz all in the block and move all in the same turn, but that block costs you a point of MA. So he had to follow up on the block, which means that was 2 more points of movement he needed to spend. Then he was marked by these 2 Blackworks, strength of 4, needed to get out of there. That was a rush into a dodge. So 2+ on the rush, 3+ on the dodge. Works out. Pup Funkadelic's going to stay alive here. 2-die block against my favorite name to say. Gets a POW out of this, looking for a 10+. Going to be tough to break the armor of these Blackworks, with the exception, of course, of these werewolves with those claws. That'll bring that AV from a 10 to an 8. Turn 2 for my favorite team. I understand this is like glowing, but it looks like a hamburger. Like it just looks like there's a hamburger or like a chicken nugget or something. Granted, a very large chicken nugget. Okay, maybe it looks like a chicken nugget that's on fire. You know what? I take it all back. That's just fire. 3+ pickup to start off with. Fails the pickup here. So deciding not to action anyone else. Fails the pickup. Spent the final team reroll. That's going to be a turnover. I am hungry. So 1 for the 3+ pickup to start off with. Spent the final team reroll. Couldn't pick up the ball. The ball's going to bounce 1 space forward to the opposing 12. And now here comes Pup Funkadelic on the number 8 Goblin. He's going to get a dodge push out of this and do a frenzy follow-up. Two-die follow-up. Gets the dodge push, and again we'll have to follow up. So Pup Funkadelic will remain marked by my favorite ball carrier. It's going to be a 3+ to dodge away. I don't know if he's going to actually risk it or not. It's currently 3v2. He might stay where he is. Yep. Now the 3+ pickup works out. 2 rushes, gets in the end zone. I don't think he needs to risk it here. Saturday Night Retriever with the ball. Oh, he's going to rush once. Rushes twice. He says, you know what? Here I go. 1-0. Very well done by the Discomancers. So the only players that could really get to this ball carrier were the Goblins. Might have been afraid of a couple of Goblins coming by and maybe doing a 1-die block. And said, you know what? I'm just going to score. I love this cheerleader. I swear it gets longer every time. Do the jig. Yeah, do the jig. Whoo. 1-0, the Discomancers with the defensive touchdown. Very well done by Ian. All right, Bomber Dribble Stock called off the pitch. Bribe was used. My favorite team's down to 1. Bribe will be on offense once more. Bomber Dribble Stock coming back onto the pitch here. Same formation for both coaches. Here's the kick. Deep kick, and it's a timeout. We're going to lose a turn. And that'll be a touchback. We'll see whose hands the ball goes into. Probably my favorite ball carrier. Yes, indeed. Turn 4 now for my favorite team. Would have been turn 3, but we've just had a timeout called. Down to 5 turns for the quarter. I'm going to close my curtains. That's what I'm going to do. All right, 2-die block against Andy Gibb. Gets the knockdown here. Looking for a 9+. Now 2-die on Grave Robin. Gibb gets a POW. This is the left defensive end. Gets nothing out of that as well. Final block on the line. Probably won't do that just yet. Oh, he is going to take it with the train troll here. Very risky maneuver taking the block here with the big guy. The big guy, again, a loner, which means, well, actually it doesn't matter so much because no more team rerolls. But if you had team rerolls left and this roll failed, that team reroll is not a guaranteed use. Still a little risky, though, rolling dice before covering up the ball. We'll see where this ball ends up. And how many players that my favorite team might pull off the line to protect them. Maybe not. We'll see. They have to be a little careful, though, playing so forward with the ball here. They're up against a faster team. These Werewolves have an MA of 8. They have an MA of 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So that's all of this, right? All of this. I mean, they could go really wherever they want to go. All right, setting up, pulling everybody off the line. So this can be a little risky as well. So what's happening here is he's caging up the ball, protecting the ball, and I think that's fine. But by narrowing your offense, it's nothing out of the bomb toss. By narrowing your offense, you allow the defense to start applying pressure on the sides. This may be what Electric Man is trying to do here. Pressure coming to the side means there's less defense in front of your cage. He might be trying to thin out the defense a little bit, maybe open up a lane for this ball to move down. Turn 4 for the Discomancers. Final turn of the first quarter. What am I going to eat for dinner? I have no idea. It's going to be like 11 o'clock. Maybe it'll just be the old 11 o'clock bowl of cereal. It's got to be something quick. I want to futz around with the Switch. Oh, I got a PlayStation VR as well. Well, or PlayStation VR 2, I should say. 2-die blitz against my favorite Goblin. He's going to get a dodge push out of this. Oh, no, he's going to get the knockdown thanks to the block skill. No armor break, though. So I had the PlayStation VR, and it was, you know, that was when VR was fairly, like modern VR was fairly new. And it was fine, but there's such a stark difference between the VR and the VR2. Like, both technologically and game design-wise, like, it's such a vast improvement. I've been enjoying myself. My only complaint with it is that the controllers, like the hand controllers, the battery doesn't last long. It does not last long at all. And here comes that pressure on the side. So now marks on the front of the cage and both front corners here as well. Turn 5 for my favorite team. Second quarter begins. Good 3+ dodge. dodges forward into a marked space here, so now continuing to be marked by Stand Alive and Saturday Night Retriever. Not just those two, but also marked by Andy Gibb. Failed 3+ dodge over on the left side here. Has a free reroll with the dodge skill. Waiting for the use of the dodge skill here. Yeah, you're right. Something's wrong. I don't know if someone got disconnected or what. We'll give this a few seconds. If it doesn't work, I think maybe we'll assume it's us and we'll hop out and hop back in. Oob says game crash. I heard there was a bug where a dodge skill resulted in a failed dodge. Is that true? Oh man, I'm gonna be mad. let me head over to Discord and ask the coaches real quick. All right, it looks like it's frozen for everyone, so this looks like a bug in the game. Okay. All right, one of them. So Ian was like, "I'm gonna try quitting and logging back in." And I was like, "Don't do that," because then it might end the game. But it looks like it's not gonna end the game. So hopefully we'll get back into this game. This game is working. If not, we're gonna have to figure out what we want to do here. Oh man. I'll have to think about this. All right, yeah, good eye move. So the timer's moving down now. So hopefully we'll see dodge get used here. Coach is reporting that the game's back up. All right, I'm gonna leave the game. Wait, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? Here we go. Great. All right. Well, I'm glad we've got a solution. I'm gonna have to ping the coaches after the game. Did I just say ping? Am I that guy? I'm gonna have to ask the coaches precisely what they did, since there's a fix for this. We'll report it to the league, so we don't have to do any crazy things like rolling back a game or figuring out how to reconcile the problem. All right, looks like a turnover for the Discomancers. Turn 6 now for my favorite team. Minute 21 left on the clock here in turn 6. No rerolls remaining for my favorite team. Throughout that debacle, they've held on to the ball here. They still have the ball on their own 8-yard line. 3 turns left in this half. There was a timeout. They lost a turn. They have 3 turns to get across this line of scrimmage and into the end zone. Good knockdown here on Stand Alive over on the right side. Yeah, there's that foul appearance popping that we talked about a little bit in the pregame. Foul appearance. You have to roll a d6 before blocking or blitzing this player, and if you roll a 1 on that d6, you lose your opportunity to block or blitz them. SP Beaver said, I had to check if that was their team name or you're just blatantly having favorites now. 2-die block against Disco Stud. Gets a push. This is probably going to keep Disco Stud in place. Indeed it will. Now the bomb pass by Bomber, dribble snot. Good pass here. We'll see if it gets intercepted. If it does get intercepted, the intercepting player can, in fact, must throw that bomb again. No interception. Got 2 knockdowns, it looks like. No knockdowns? 1 knockdown. Got 1 knockdown. Electric slide, the Wraith, knocked down on the bomb. It's going to stand right back up. Turn 6 now for the Discomancers. It's nice that the Switch 2, the Joy-Cons, I never use them. I never use it in portable mode. But the Joy-Cons, instead of sliding in with that wonky slide mechanism that has bit my finger more than once, they clip in with magnets, which is nice. 2-die blitz over on the right side gets the knockdown thanks to the block skill. Plenty of movement left for this Werewolf Saturday Night Retriever. 7 points of movement. Applying some pressure on the back right corner of the cage. This is what we were talking about when this offense sort of shrunk a little bit. You can see the defense starting to swoop in. Two-die block against my favorite Fowler. This will be a dodge push. After the reroll, 2 pushes re-rolled into 2 more effective pushes. Two-die block against my favorite Bringer of Pain. Gets a knockdown here, looking for a 10 plus. I need to get my mic closer to my mouth somehow, but do it in a way that doesn't turn my office into something stupid. Turn 7 now for my favorite team. No team rerolls remaining. Lots of pressure by the defense. Blitz on breaking 2. Electric Boogaloo gets the knockdown here. Other Bruno says, can grab move a player with stand firm? Move says no. Grab bypasses sidestep, but not stand firm. Only Juggernaut does that, and even then only on a blitz. Yeah, I think the rules even say it on grab. Let me see. Grab. Yeah, so it says right there, if during a block the target player is pushed back, so stand firm would not result in a pushback, and therefore you can't use grab. Gets an armor break with the troll. Gets the knockdown here. One-man player advantage now for my favorite team. They have just 2 turns left to get on the board. They need to end this turn in scoring position. They've got a motor. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, they've got to go full speed right now with this current ball carrier. 1 die block against Grave Robin Gibb. Has to re-roll this. Gets the knockdown. Man, I'm like hungry, sleepy. You know, like I've just been working all day and I have a glass of water. Delicious. No, it's got to move farther than that. That's not enough. Not enough. Needs to get on the board here on turn 8. We'll have to move them. Oh, I think that lateral movement might have cost the... Oh, so not going to score. Bomber on the bomb toss here. Not using their once per game ability. Gets the knockdown on Hilda War Machine. That's the Ghoul Runner there. Understanding that that Ghoul Runner and these werewolves are very important pieces. Got no armor break, though. Move says he's setting up for the throw teammate. Oh, that's scary. That's scary. Never fails. Welcome to the stream, Cobblestorm. Good 3+ dodge out the right side to remark for the assist into double skulls. Oh, my favorite name to say was KO'd. It's now 10v10 on the pitch. Move says when you have rerolls, it's scary. With no rerolls, it's absolutely certain. Turn 7 now for the Discomancers. So they could certainly open up a hole here and take a pot shot at the ball carrier. War Machine, the number 4 Ghoul Runner, stepping back in the safety position. Just in case. I don't know what in case for. Two-die blitz over in the right wide zone. Gets a POW here against my favorite Goblin. Claws not in effect here. AV's already an 8+. No armor break. Murphy's Law equals Blood Bowl. There's a mark on the ball carrier. What is going on? What's the play? One die block against my favorite orc is going to be a skull. Spends a reroll. Gets the knockdown thanks to block. 5 seconds left on the clock here for the Discomancers. The way the Black Orcs have been rolling, I think we might get an eaten goblin. Cobblestone says, I don't understand why that wolf didn't just take 2 into 2 on the ball there. Yeah, I'm not sure. Did I block here against my favorite Fowler? My absolute favorite Fowler. Gonna get a dodge push out of this. Another block coming up on my favorite Fowler. Here it is, double pals. This will be an 8+. No armor break. Discomancers on the bonus clock with 6:02 remaining for the game. Turn 8 for my favorite team. All right, they're going to hang on to this ball for this their final turn of the half. Can they get this ball in the end zone? It all comes down to my favorite troll and my favorite ball carrier. No re-rolls remaining for my favorite team. 2-die block by my favorite bringer of pain. Re-rolls looking for the knockdown, but gets a push. This is a sidestep push, so this sidestep's not going to go in his favor. Or it is. Oh, he's got grab. You're absolutely right. He's got grab. You're right. Troll still marked. My favorite ball carrier still marked. 56 seconds left on the clock. Here's the blitz. 1-die blitz against Buried Give. He's going to have to re-roll this with Brawler. What? You're right. You can't Brawler on a blitz. You're absolutely right. I didn't realize that was a blitz. Turn 8 now for the Discomancers. They're in the lead 1-0. They're going to end the half in the lead 1-0. Are they in position to score? Oh my God, they are. Do they have a play that can make this 2-0 at the half? Two-die block, gets a POW here. Breaks armor. Remember, that's 8+ to break armor with claws. Gets the removal. We'll see if this removal sticks for the second half of this game. There's 2 KOs currently. No brilliant coaches. Assistant coaches. That's what it is. No assistant coaches. So these are going to be 4+ die rolls on the KO roll each. 2-die block against my favorite mistakes. Going to get a push. Looking for some SPP here. Potentially looking to score as well. Wait! Well, can't do it now. Can't do it now with Pup Funkadelic moving forward. Kegs. Man, what is wrong with me? Kegs. I'll tell you what my process was. In my head, I thought babes. I thought cheerleaders. And I was like, well, they're not called that anymore. What are they? And then I was like, brilliant coaching. I was like, no, wait. That's the kickoff event. Assistant coaches. That must be what it is. All right, 1-0 at the half. The Discomancers are going to be on offense to start the second half of this game. 1 bribe remaining for my favorite team. They'd probably spend this on Bomber Dribble Snot. Yep, there's the final bribe. So Bomber Dribble Snot will be taking to the pitch here for the second half once again. My favorite team to set up on defense. Probably going to set up some sort of screen. They are against a significantly faster team. These Werewolves have an MA of 8 that, oh, they're down a, oh, I thought that was a wolf. Oh, no, but they're down a Black Orc. So 2 KOs out for both teams here. But anyway, there's 2 Werewolves and the Ghoul are, the Werewolves are MA 8, the Ghouls MA 7. The fastest players on this Black Orc team are the Goblins with an MA of 6. So not only are they slower, they are weaker. Yeah, so there's the screen on the defense, and now the offense to set up their formation to start the second half of this game. It's always nice to start the second half with the ball and in the lead. You can play a little more relaxed, right? You can't give up the ball, but you're like, all right, I'm already winning, so I don't need to necessarily worry about getting another touchdown. I could just hold on to the ball. Clive says more players on the pitch than on the first game yesterday. Yeah. Ghoul Runner back to receive. 5 on the line currently for the Discomancers. Pulling one of the werewolves in. Both werewolves in. They're in halfback positions. And the 2 blitzers, the Wraiths in either wide zone. Here's the kick. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Clypheus. There's that brilliant coaching. Shallow kick here. Brilliant coaching is going to go to my favorite team. They're going to get an extra reroll. They're up to 3 for the game now. Ball kicked to the opposing 2-yard line. They're going to have to fight over this ball. Oh, I thought for sure this wolf was coming over to the left here. Would have been uphill, but well, no, it wouldn't have been uphill. He could have marked the assist. Man, I don't want to do this meeting. Failed pickup. Oh, going for the ball pickup out of the gate. Fails the pickup after the re-roll. So not a whole lot of movement on the turn. Turn 9 now for my favorite team. They can set up a scrum here and start fighting over this ball. Two-die block by nobody's favorite against Disco Stud. Gets a push. That's going to be a stood flesh golem. Is going to stand in place. Push back at the line of scrimmage. Coming up after this game in about an hour, 40 minutes, we're going to have the second full game tonight. It's going to be another Division B matchup. Odin and Snuffle versus Remnants of Valor. Clypheus versus S. Beaver. That'll be Norse versus Humans. That's coming up in an hour and 40 minutes. But in just about 15 minutes, there's another game that's being played. It's going to be the Gastonberg Cavaliers versus the Wasabazons. That's Eagle TSI versus War Horsemen. I don't remember what these teams are. I think one's Amazon. It's OWA versus Amazons. So I think we'll catch a little bit of that until 8:30, where I'll hop over to my meeting. We'll keep streaming the game, but I'll just be silent for the next half hour. And then we'll probably finish out that game, and we'll get into that second full game this evening. Moob says, hopefully the bug doesn't mess with the Amazon team too much. That is a great point. I'm going to warn him or warn them right now about that. So hopefully we can get this news out to the league. In fact, give me a minute. I'm gonna message the entire league with this. All right, sorry about that. I I just sent out a message warning coaches about it. I just wrote it in the last minute, so hopefully it's cogent. But anyway, turn 10 here for the Discomancers. A scrum setting up here over on the left, or forming over on the left side here. The Discomancers currently in possession of the ball on their own 4-yard line. They have the ball. Oh no, the Discomancers do not have the ball. I missed, apparently. My favorite team has the ball. Hooray! Two-die blitz on the ball carrier. Gets a push. It's going to be a frenzy follow-up trying to surf the ball carrier. That'll do it. Got the pal. Well done. Where's this ball going to end up? Breaks armor. Oh, that's just rude. That's just rude. The ball. It's going to end. The ball's going to stay right where it was. Good recovery on the 50-50 by Saturday Night Retriever. Where's the ball? Where's the ball going to go? Oh, right there. BB Nut, welcome to the stream. Oh, I caught the very end of it. BB Nut says, I'm going to buy this week, right? I haven't forgotten to arrange a game. Correct. You have a buy this week. Which if you did not see the... I don't think I actually posted a notice on that, but I figured out what's happening in the game. I actually posted a bug report with Cyanide. But what happens is in a round-robin competition with an odd number of teams, the Blood Bowl software is sorting the teams in alphabetical order and issuing the round 1 bye to the first team in alphabetical order. So yeah, Boot Pop says hello, fellow alphabetical friend. Yeah, so that's that is why you have the bye. Null turn here for my favorite team. Couldn't get through the loner roll. Turn 10 back to the Discomancers. They are in possession of this ball on their own 4-yard line. Recovered the ball after my favorite team briefly snatched the ball away from them on the shallow kick. Three-die block against your favorite Goblin. Gets the knockdown here. No armor break. Trying to get some space around this ball. The Discomancers in the lead right now, 1-0. They have 2 rerolls remaining for the game. They get a pal here against nobody's favorite, the rookie, number 7 Black Orc. Gonna pin him to the sideline. Blitz by the ball carrier, gets the knockdown here against my favorite Goblin. Plenty of movement left with the ball carrier. Saturday Night Retriever moves down to the opposing 12-yard line. And remember, this is the team with speed advantage. Now going to fill in the rear of the ball. Well, let's figure out our phrasing there. Gotta protect the ball carrier. Turn 11 for my favorite team. So again, the fastest pieces are these Goblins. Only have an MA of 6. Costs 3 MA to stand up, so my favorite Goblin is... only has an effective 3 MA of movement. Iron Six, welcome to the stream. Iron Six says, so we aren't doing phrasing anymore. Oh man, Archer. Spire says, I'm just saying, 1 bomb, 2 dead wolves. That's a what? That's a 1 short pass? Here's the bomb toss. Ah, he got got both wolves! Well done by Bomber Dribblesnot. No removals, but that's going to be a knockdown. The ball's going to bounce one space to the left. Can my favorite team get a player onto this ball? It's going to be down to my favorite goblin, I think. Spire praying to Nuffle. I wish I could hear the sound, but I can't. Good recovery by my favorite goblin here after the bomb toss. But now what? He can't stay here. He can't stay here. Saturday Night Retriever is just gonna it's just gonna shove him off the pitch. Two rushes. I think he had to make both. I think he had to make both. Very well done. If he stayed next to Saturday Night Retriever, oh no, he's prone, so he could have ended up here. But still, I think it was a wise decision. My favorite goblin now on the opposing 14-yard line. My favorite Fowler coming in to protect the ball carrier, just behind him. Festoon, thank you very much for the bits, for the sounds that I can't hear for some reason. Two-dive blocker over the right side of the line of scrimmage gets a push here against Stand Alive. He's going to stand firm. And now a two-die against Stand Alive. Needs to spend a die here with Brawler. Or needs to spend Brawler on the die. Got a worse result out of it. It's going to... Either one of them would have been a knockdown just for my favorite team. And now, thanks to the block skill on that flesh column. Now turn 12 for the Discomancers. Cobblesworm says getting surf might be the best case to get the ball to the right end off the pitch there. All right, a mark on the ball carrier. This ball carrier absolutely getting blitzed. Here it comes. Two-die blitz. Gets a push out of this. Ball carrier stays on his feet. Frenzy follow-up, though. Two-die frenzy follow-up. Another push! My favorite goblin! Oh, he spends a reroll. Boo. Gets the pal. Gets the KO. Very well done by Ian. Discomancers down to one reroll for the game. Was looking good if it wasn't for that pesky team reroll. Festoon, welcome to the stream. "40 seconds ago here in turn 12 for the Discomancers. Two plus rush, 3 plus dodge to a 3 plus pickup to a 2 plus. You know what? Let's go all day. Keep rolling dice. Let's go. We're in Vegas, baby. Good recovery by the Discomancers to get the ball in the hands of the number 7 Ghoul Runner. He wasn't in Vegas. He was playing Yahtzee. He just got a Yahtzee right there. Final turn of the third quarter coming up. My favorite team trying to recover this ball. Ajax the Riot, welcome to the stream. I need to figure out what am I doing that fixes the audio whenever I update my audio drivers. Am I re-adding the sources? Maybe that's what I'm doing. Fails the dodge here. Oh, this is going to be another lockup. Another lockup. All right, we know the drill. We know the Ajax says, how are the day one bugs going? Not great. so Ian is gonna Alt F4 out and hop back into the game, and that should fix it. And then once we see that clock tick down, we're gonna hop out of the game, and then we're gonna hop back in, and all should be good. Yeah, there we go. All right. Clivey says, wait, if you fail a dodge, it crashes the game? Yeah. Well, only if you try to use the dodge kill. Yeah, so I was going to ask that question too, Moob. I don't know if you have automatic dodging if it crashes the game or not. Warmaster says standard operating procedure. Oh, Chaos came out today? All right, well, I guess we get a new team and some rule doesn't work. All right, we're gonna bounce out. And then we're going to pop back in, and then it should all be good. There it is. All right, there it is. Back to the action. Turn 13 for the Discomancers. Clevy says, I have a couple of dodge players, and so does Steven. Do we need to set automatic or something? I made a message. I posted in the announcements channel in Discord. I think what is not guaranteed, but what seems to be working, like from a very narrow procedure, right, is that the opposing team. I don't know if it actually matters which team does it, but what we have seen work twice now is the opposing team Alt F4s out of the game and then logs back into the game. Then you should be good to go. Mr. Buzz here, welcome to the stream. I'll crash 20 times a game with the amount of dodge rolls I fail. Festoon, thank you very much for the bits. Turn 13 now for my favorite team. They're down 0-1. They have 2 rerolls remaining for the game, but they've lost possession of the ball. It's deep in their own territory, however. I'm sorry, it's deep in the Discomancers territory. Wait, is it? It's deep in my favorite team's territory. That's their symbol. Yeah, I'm paying attention. Move says, just be aware of the 5-minute reconnect timer if it's just one coach doing it repeatedly. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, don't skew your strategic or tactical decisions due to a bug. Just remember the rules though. Like if it's getting unwieldy and like things aren't working out fairly, just stop playing the game. Message either Nick or myself, and then we'll figure out how to reconcile it. Couplestorm says, if auto dodge stops it, I'm perfectly willing to turn it on. Otherwise, with my Gabos, we have to hit Alt F4 multiple times a turn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, I wish there was something I could do about it. Armor break by the troll here gets a KO. Well done. My favorite team back on the bonus clock. They have a little over 4 minutes left on the bonus clock for the game. 2-line block against Grave, Robin, Gibbs. Going to fish for a pal here. Doesn't get it. It'll be a push. It's not a big report. It's like one sentence. You know everything I know. Turn 14 for the Discomancers. I feel like I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. Discomancers have the ball on the opposing 20-yard line right now. Largely unopposed. They are currently marked by my favorite Fowler. And currently have a 2 die against my favorite Fowler. There it is, 2 die block. Gets a dodge push out of this. Two die frenzy follow up gets another push out of this. Pup Funkadelic on the block. Frees up the ball carrier to walk into the end zone. Still has rerolls. Going to take some blocks, it seems. Two die blitz against your favorite Goblin. Gets a push here with Saturday Night Retriever. 2 die follow up coming up. Gets a dodge push. Can't keep a good Goblin down. Two to 0, the score. Very well done by the Discomancers. I am dying. You know what I want? I want, not Pop-Tarts. What are they called? Like that shitty, what is it called? The savory pop. Hey, the cheerleader. What are they called? Hot Pockets. I want a Hot Pocket. That's what I want. I haven't had a Hot Pocket since I was like 20. Hooray! That's the jig. That's the best part. 2-0 the score. The Discomancers increase their lead. My favorite team will be on offense once again. They will not have Bomber Dribblesnot unless he successfully argues the call here. And it doesn't look like he did. He did! He successfully argued the call. He had the biased referee. Rolled a 5. It worked out. Bomber Dribblesnot takes to the pitch once more. Will we have a full game with Bomber on the pitch? Cheering fans, we get on the Prayers to Nuffle intensive training. Somebody's going to get a primary skill here for the Discomancers. What are they going to choose for the last 2 turns of the game for the Discomancers? Ajax says, I used to love Hot Pockets. Iron Cynic says, get a calzone and feel like an adult. You know what? I just might. Well, the problem is, well, I don't have Hot Pockets in my house. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is by the time I get to eat, it's going to be like 11 o'clock at night. Me, you know? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to eat. 2 die block against Maurice Gibb. Gets the knockdown here. Mr. Rocker Crocker, welcome to the stream. Order the calzone now, do it. I'm not going to eat on stream. I'm not going to eat in my meeting. Re-rolls with Brawler here to keep this turn alive here. Gets a push out of it. Midnight Hot Pockets is definitely a recipe for gastrointestinal blitz. Yeah, I don't actually have Hot Pockets. I own no Hot Pockets, so I can't have them even if I want them. I mean, I guess I could, but gets another push out of this. Three turns for my favorite team to get on the board here. Week 1 of the Spike Magazine Trophy. Still plenty of games left to play for each of these teams. There's 9 weeks in regulation, with 1 week being a bye. So each team is going to get 8 games to play in regulation before they cut the top 8. The top 2 teams of each of the 3 divisions and the 2 best ranking teams besides will earn a spot in the top 8. They'll be seeded according to ranking, and they'll duke it out in a single elimination bracket. Clivey says, why not roll Brawler on that and just use the push if it fails? Because he blitzed. Yeah, he can't brawl on a blitz. Too many R's and L's. Can't brawl on a blitz. Penultimate turn for the Discomancers. Comfortable lead here. Doesn't look like they'll be losing this game. Looking for some SPP at this point. Is he going to push onto the ball? He's not going to push onto the ball. Gets a push out of this against nobody's favorite. If my favorite team's not careful, the Discomancers will definitely go for a... Well, I would say definitely, but I guess not so definitely now with Funkadelic staying where he is. But I was going to say, this Werewolf might just threaten another touchdown by moving down pitch. Oh, he is going to do it. All right, he is going to do it. So he's 1 rush away currently from the end zone. 20 seconds left on the clock. You know what I want? There's this... I said I was going to make it, and I didn't buy the ingredients. An Indian restaurant, they have this salad called the Water Breeze salad. It's just watermelon and leaves and walnuts, and it's great. And like a vinaigrette. It's awesome. I want that. Oh, and it's like feta cheese and stuff. Turn 15 for my favorite team. Gets a POW against Buried Gib, looking for a 9+. Leaves, that's right. I think it's spinach. I mean, any leafy green, I'll eat. It doesn't matter. I will ask no questions. Two-die block against Grey Robin Gibb, gets the knockdown here. Gets a stun out of this. Not going to matter too much. At this point, he might just consider keeping his goblins safe. If he's going to score, it's got to be in... I keep saying he. I say he because it's Electric Span, but I don't know. If they're going to score, they've got to end this turn in scoring position. Good 50-50 pickup. 3+ dodge away. Oh, this is going to be another crash. Yeah, yeah. Oh, boy. All right. Well, all right. We're going to bounce right out of this game again. I know the drill. You know what this is? And I'm saying this in the most loving way possible. It's just because I'm very familiar. Oh, we got a throw teammate. Let's go. Let's go. Land on your feet. Land on your feet, little buddy. Let's go. 2-1 the score. My favorite team gets on the board. Oh, done! Throw teammate touchdown! Well done! Very well done. Come on, Bomber, stay on the pitch. No, almost a full game with Bomber dribble stop. All right, so the Discomancers will be on offense for the second time in this game. They're in the lead 2-1 with just one turn remaining in this game. Moop says, I popped into JD's stream just now and he set his dodge skill to automatic, so that seems to be a temp fix. Good to know. I'll message the league after tonight's games. Who schedules games on season release days? But this is, and again, I say this with all the love in my heart. This is a team that has like 2 testers on payroll. That's what this is. This is a team that doesn't have automated regression tests. That's what this is. I get it. I totally get it. All right. We're going to have an extra turn. Let's go. Let's go. The Discomancers now, they did not want this timeout. And now, Electric's Man, unfortunately, it's going to be very, very difficult for them to get on the board here. But they've been given the extra turn by Nuffle, by the good grace of Nuffle. Ajax says, I'll do it off payroll. just give me some DLC. Give me some Warp Stone, I'll do it. Three plus on the pickup here works out in the hands of the Ghoul Runner. It's going to hand off to the Werewolf. Good handoff. With 2 turns left, he's going to try to make it a 3-1 game. Blitz already spent. Werewolf has the ball. B.1234 says 15 minutes. What does that mean? Oh, for the meeting. Thank you. Ajax says, but in all honesty, they were on schedule at least. This release has been one of their best, honestly. Yeah, I don't know anything about the release other than what I'm learning tonight, but you know, as a brother in arms, I appreciate all the trials and tribulations and successes of various development teams. I get it. And understand that doesn't mean as a customer you have to be okay with it. Like, as a customer, like, your money still works, right? So the thing you're paying for should work as well. So the Discomancer's not. Oh, he's gonna do this one square at a time. Is he gonna try to get through this gauntlet? He is 50-50 dodge. Spends the team reroll. Oh, he got through one. He got through one. Oh, it's another 50-50. Does that put him in scoring position? If he gets pushed back, he won't be in scoring position. Turn 15 now for my favorite team. Flappy says, can they score? Technically, they can score. I don't know if it's going to happen. So they're 10 out right now, right? There's 13 spaces to the end zone. They're on space 3, so they're 10 out. MA 8 plus 2 rushes would be 10. Nat during the most suspenseful turn. Yeah, the push will do it. So pushes Saturday Night Retriever out of position. Good job by Electric's Man here, stopping this potential third touchdown after the timeout. Clayman says, what about the Black Orcs? No, I don't think so. So 6 and 8. I mean, I guess technically they can, but the outlook is grim. They'd have to really motor down pitch. They'd have to get through a couple of dodges. They'd have to get the ball out of that werewolf's hands. Good dodge to take a mark on the left side of Saturday Night Retriever. Going for the one die block here, but rolled into a skull, unfortunately. Your favorite Goblin's going to get knocked down here. 8+ breaks armor. No armor, or actually did break the armor, but it's going to be a stun. Gets nothing out of that. Turn 16 for the Discomancers. So they've been pushed out of scoring position at this point. The only way they can score is if they can get this werewolf forward on a chain block or something. Well, not on or something. That's really the only way they can do it. So get this werewolf pushed forward on a chain block. What? Oh, I thought he pushed the werewolf down here. I was like, what? Although I shouldn't say it like that. I shouldn't go, what? All right, so the werewolf pushed into scoring position. 2 rushes right now to score. Still needs a 3+ dodge. Got through the dodge. 2+. 2+. There it is. Very well done by Ian to get on the board here in turn 16 and increase their lead 3-1 the score. Very well done. Very well played here by the Discomancers. Great game against this Black Orc team. Tricky Black Orc team to play with. They lost Bomber in that very first bomb toss. You know, and that's unfortunate because when you're down in TV, that's the, I don't want to say comeback mechanic, but that's how you equalize the TV, right? You can pick up those inducements. Now, some may argue that they're not truly equal. There are some really great inducements. But when you pay for an inducement, you don't get to use it. Hey, that can really sting. Good showing here by Electrics Man with this Black Orc team. Did not get shut out in this matchup. Was able to get on the board with a good Goblin toss. 1 turn left in the ball game. Can they do it again? Discomancers setting up for the 1-turn touchdown here. That's right. Ajax says 1 more Goblin toss. Let's go. So they'll have to block down the lines. This is probably one of the Black Orcs, maybe a couple of the Black Orcs, in fact, will come on the line here. Try to block down the line, free up the train troll. Needs somebody back to receive. Yeah, pulls back my favorite Goblin back to receive. Needs to hand off to my favorite ball carrier. That'll leave the pass open for my favorite troll. Third teammate passes can't go the full distance of a normal pass. They can only go up to a short pass away. There are 4 zones on passes: quick passes, short passes, long passes, and long bombs. You can't throw a teammate into the long range, long pass or bomb. You got to have a really good arm for that. All right, Blitz. I don't think there's going to be any action on the Blitz here. Yep, despite rolling the D3. Going to stay in place. Very shallow kick. This is good for my favorite team. Actually, is it good? Wow, too many. Wow, when did... I am not paying attention. When did these guys get pulled back? So they can still pick it up and hand off. That's fine. Spends Brawler, gets a push. The push is okay. Gets an assist for the next block. Gonna block on the right side here, the right defensive end. Gets a pal this time. Now takes it against the center instead. Also fine. Breaks armor. Can he get some SVP out of this? Cannot get any SVP out of it. Final block on the line to free up the troll. 3 die. Oh! Needs to spend brawler. Will it work out? Oh no, Nuffle! Man, oh man! Nuffle with the sense of humor. That'll be the game. What? Did this just crash again? Does it crash at the end of the game too? Oh, there we go. Oh, what a game that was. Congratulations to Ian and the Discomancers. They're going to win this one 3-1. And so the Discomancers will be in the lead here, perhaps temporarily, here in Division B. We're going to have another Division B matchup in a little under an hour from now. But we're going to head over to this middle game. We're not going to... we've got a few minutes that we'll commentate at 8:30. I've got to head over to my meeting, so we'll keep the stream running. But I won't be speaking until 9 o'clock. And then if the game's still going on, we'll commentate the end of the game, and then at 9:20 we'll have our second game happening. So I think what's actually going to happen is, let's say the game's over at 9 o'clock, then the stream keeps running. We'll just go back into our 10-minute countdown, and then we'll have our pregame for 10 minutes, and we'll get into the next game. So let's hop on over to this other game real quick. Move says, brother in arms, I have sympathy for the dead. Also, Ava, what did it just crash? Look, man, just because I understand doesn't mean I like it. That's right. Ajax understands. I've said this a lot, especially to juniors, but like, if you listen to like a dev shop, if you listen to software engineers talk like at work, you will think they hate each other sometimes. All right, where were we? Is it Division A, I think? Actually, I'm doing this again. I need to go here. Here we go. Wait, we don't hate each other? All right, 0-0 ball game here, turn 8 for the Gastonberg Cavaliers versus the Wasabazons. Wasabazons on defense. Gastonberg Cavaliers on offense. They have possession of the ball in the hands of the human catcher. They are in scoring position right now.